What's up, people? It's your boy Dono V, A into the P, aka 2 Foot Dino, coming at you with a new video and a new guest. Before we start, I want to thank everybody for the support and encouragement I got on that debut video. I really couldn't anticipate the attention that it got, but it really helped me to realize I was doing something worthwhile, and it encouraged me to make sure I was getting the best guests, asking the best questions to help us all find that it that we're looking for. Because when we talk to each other, we can find that. We can get a little closer every day. Without further ado, I want to introduce Mike Lewis, 3pboxing.com. Happy to have you here.
Hey man, thanks for having me. It's an honor. It's an honor.
Mike Lewis has been my boxing coach. I've known this man for about 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
He's been a very inspirational and encouraging person in my life. I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't know Mike Lewis, so I gotta thank him for that. He has a lot to share. He owns his own business, so he's pursuing that it every day. He works hard. It's like as soon as I get out of here, he's got another client coming in. He's got kids. He's a phenomenal father. This is the man that you want to learn some things from right here. So let me start off by asking you to share a little bit about your background, the people you grew up around, your family, your friends.
Yeah. So I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. My mom's actually from Illinois and my dad is from Michigan, and so that's why when people ask me, you know, where are you from, sometimes I have to pause and hesitate. It's because I've been moved around a lot. I grew up 7 Mile, Detroit, Michigan, right in the hood, and it was a great experience growing up in a city that has an edge to it. Because at the time, some of the most insignificant things become really big moments in your life that stand out the most. After my mom and dad got divorced, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, and she raised me in a way that reminded me to respect my elders, you know, try to live a good, clean, healthy life, and also have family. Make sure that family is important. Okay, my grandmother, she was very instrumental into me, and it really allowed me to kind of model who I am now, or kind of mold me into the person I am today. When your family gets divorced and you're moving all around, it's really, really hard. And Detroit, although it has a lot of good memories, for me, Detroit is also a place that has a lot of sadness involved to it.
So from what you were saying, that edge, it's like life wasn't like a cakewalk for you.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that is, especially with your clients, and I've known you're such a nice, welcoming, warm person. What do you think made that development? Was it just a mental thing? Did it just kind of happen?
Well, I think, you know, you could walk to school and someone, you know, try to steal your shoes, or someone try to steal your hat. I'm not trying to paint a bad picture of Detroit, but it's just one of those places where you have to learn how to grow up a little bit faster, and you also have to understand, you know, how to respect others, not just others, but yourself. And you have to do that for self-preservation, right? So get along with others, making sure that you treat people with kindness, respect. It just kind of has carried over. I mean, it went from a surviving technique or a survival trait to a trait that's actually appreciated and admired, especially in a line of work that I'm in. You never know who you're going to come in contact with, but just treating people with honesty, you know, integrity and respect and warmness is very, very important.
Very important. The next question I want to ask you, because that foundation, you told us a little bit about your background, made you the man that you are today.
Yeah.
And that man founded 3pboxing.com.
Yeah.
An up-and-coming great company or business. So could you tell us a little bit about 3P Boxing? Not just like an elevator speech, but like at the core, 3P Boxing. What is it, and what is it doing?
Wow. At the core, 3P Boxing is an idea that I needed someone else to help me understand that this idea could come to reality. My first logo did not look anything like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you remember seeing it?
I remember.
I sent it to you.
I thought one of your kids did it.
Yeah, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And so you might start there, and that could be the end of your dream right there. That right there. You thought one of my kids made it, but I stayed up day in, day out to come up with a logo that would help people understand that conditioning and fitness can be more than just lifting weights. It can be more than just running on a treadmill. You can actually engage yourself and use your mind, your body, you can improve your skills. You become a new person in the gym. And when I show people my original logo, that laughter, that initial laughter, and that initial that initial where I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't matter what anyone thinks of it. It doesn't matter. It matters what I thought. Yeah. And that's what 3P boxing is. It's taking really the purest part of how fitness and how fitness and the psychology of having a positive mental attitude and putting it all together and then sharing that with the world. Yeah. So that is really at the core what 3P boxing is. It's the idea, it's a belief system in yourself. It's a belief system that you can go from 300 pounds to 215 pounds, but in order to get there you need help and you also need to believe in yourself. So that's what 3P boxing is for me.
And it's really interesting that he says that. A quote I've heard before is, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Like I said before, I've trained with Mike for a very long time, and I had boxing coaches before him. And I remember a little bit before we started training, boxing, which is my favorite sport in the world, something that I love to do, became kind of just a workout. When Mike came along with that belief and that energy, it revitalized it for me, and it changed my way of thinking and my way of doing things, and brought a certain passion and energy into my life. They don't buy what you do, but why you do it, and he's out here trying to change lives and encourage people. Throughout this journey on 3P boxing, like you were saying, the logo might not have been what it is now. Yeah. And that leads me to ask you, what else wasn't what it was supposed to be? Because a lot of times people look at businesses and they're thinking, man, they got it all figured out. I can't get into it yet. It's like, I'm not there yet. Later I'll do it. Yeah. But I've seen you grow as a coach and as a businessman. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how you don't have to be perfect right away.
Oh my God, that's like the best. That's the, when you're coming up in school, everything is pass fail. If you pass, then you go forward, right? Yeah. But if you fail, it means throw that whatever you did out and start completely over. Or it's a message that this might not be for you. You failed math. You may not look for a career in math. Yeah. When you're building a business, failure is the prerequisite. You get nothing at all without failure after failure after failure. And that is such a mind flip. It's such a different way of thinking about life that it even to get started takes a lot of energy, because you get started and you have an idea that you want to be successful. But when I started 3P boxing, I had nothing. I had no clients. I had nothing, no bags, no nothing. But I wasn't going to let that deter me from at least failing my way forward. Okay, I was just
failing his way forward.
I was going to just fail forward. I was going to take that hit, but then I knew I wasn't going to quit. I was going to take that hit and then try it again. And if that didn't work, I was going to try it again. And that's what all business owners, it doesn't matter which business that you're in, persistence and determination is by far the most important skill that you could ever maintain. And that's not taught in school. It's taught that if you fail, you may want to look at a different path. Where in business and entrepreneurship is when you're failing, your drive and your why you do it, it keeps you moving forward. And that's like one of the most amazing things that's happened to me is pursuing a business.
So you didn't know exactly how you were going to do it.
I didn't know nothing.
You just knew you were going to get it done.
I just knew I was going to get it done. And actually, your father, Marcos Avian, down over in Miami, Master Lloyd Irvin, who's his mentor, Coach Rick, with Midology, Barry Robinson over he's in Saigon right now. I reached out to these guys that I saw doing something, and I was just like, you know what, whatever it takes, whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna make it happen. And so finding a mentor to kind of help you out when you're starting out is very, very important. And I have the utmost respect for your father, Tim, for helping me out, because I was like a lost child. So I really appreciate your family too. You guys mean a lot to me too. Yeah,
because we're all trying to help each other out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That is nothing at all. Still going along that course of 3P boxing. You said a little bit about it, but specifically I want to know, 3P boxing, what do you do better than anybody else?
Oh, what do I do better than anybody else?
Better than anybody else.
Man, let me tell you something. All right?
Yeah.
If you are on the fence about getting to the gym, right? You're dragging. Right, you don't want to really be there. If you are on, I am 100% the person that you want to see first thing before you get started. All right, when you're with a trainer, they have to be interested in motivating you in a positive fashion, but you also have to really be interested into motivating yourself every day. And it's not always easy, but it's worth it. So when you see me, if I don't have a smile on my face, if I'm not saying something positive, then something is wrong, because I think I do that better than anybody else. It's just try to help motivate them to get and reach their goals as much as possible.
So you said that you have the energy like no other.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
have the power to encourage people like no other. Tell us about, if you would like to share, a couple of the mistakes you made in this journey.
In this journey, mistakes. Well, I'm making mistakes every day, man. Every day I make another mistake,
so man. You saying it's okay to make mistakes?
Man, it's all right. It's all right, man. It's all right.
You heard it here first.
It's all right to make mistakes. I make mistakes, oh my God, every day. But the biggest thing, I say the biggest thing that I'm really working on right now is just understanding that every moment is precious. You can't waste it. You can't spend too much time on social media. You can't spend too much time just like daydreaming. You have to work. You have to be moving towards your goals, or moving. You're never standing still with your goals. Okay.
Forward or back.
Yeah. Either you're climbing up that mountain, or you're sliding back down. There's never just a steady place. So the biggest mistakes that you can make is thinking that you're stationary. Yeah. That's the biggest mistake. And so if you stay there too long, in that comfort zone too long, then you slide back down. And so everybody can kind of get complacent with time, but that's probably the biggest thing. It's just,
in a few words, could you tell us what it means to pursue your dream, and any words of advice or encouragement you have for people watching trying to find that it for themselves? Because I feel like for you that's 3P boxing and your kids and your family. Tell us a little bit about that.
For anybody that's trying to find their dreams, I would say you have to work on yourself harder than you worked on anything else that you've ever done in your life. You have to literally visualize where it is that you want to be, and just decide that that's what you're going to do to make it. And that decision sometimes takes commitment, and sometimes people are scared of commitment. But if you commit yourself to your dream, if you commit yourself to your journey, your own personal journey, it's worth it. It's worth it. Someone had said something to me a couple days ago, like, "Hey man, Mike, I like that sweater." He said, "Can I have one of those?" Yeah. And I said, "It's the only one in the world." Yeah. It's the only one in the world. Yeah. And it's only you in the world. It's only one of you in the world.
Only one of you.
It's only one of me. This is it. So we're all very, very special, and you don't overlook just how special that you are, just how special that you become. And you only get there by driving and working towards, number one, improving yourself, and then also being in a position to share that with the world. And that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about.
And that's what this channel is all about. It's like understanding yourself and understanding what you want to do. And then when you talk to people like Mike Lewis, you can get a better understanding and feel for that. And it's amazing what we can do for each other, what we can find in ourselves. I'm very happy to have had Mike Lewis here to talk to us. And
I'm happy to be here.
Share a little bit of his insight. And I know I'll have him back for some updates because he's always grinding. He's always got stuff going on. And yeah, that's what this movement is all about. Because together we'll find it. It's your boy Dono V, A-N to the P, aka 2 for Dino. And we'll find it together. And that was take one.
Yeah.
What you said again.
Yeah, that's take one. And life is a take one. This is it, man. This is all we have. Just this one life. That's it. And I want to make sure that if I don't live the life of my dreams, the life that I dreamed of, I'm not blaming nobody. I'm not blaming nobody, man. It's all on me to live the dream of my life.